Saturday weekend. People came from all over and got together in small homes or in big epic grand ballrooms and had an incredible time. So many stories were shared this weekend. And one pair of coaches, I don't know if you saw this on Carl's Facebook, but they came dressed up as beach bars. So, way to be innovative and have a lot of fun. If you missed it, we're loading up all the videos into the coach office today. That means the Super Saturday video, the coach training video by Courtney Bell, and the coach story, depending on what market you were from. So there was a US story, Canada story, a Spanish story, and we're going to hold off on the UK story. They're having their Super Saturday next week. But anyway, I have a couple of I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who stepped up. There were a lot of first timers. It was so exciting for me to watch it on Facebook kind of unfold. Pictures were sent. It was fantastic. So congratulations, you did it. And registration for January 12th, Super Saturday, is now open. Don't be late. Okay, so we have a winning answer to last week's question. I asked name one of the fantastic rewards that you get in the Make Your Mark promotion this month. And you could have said the Team Beachbody baseball cap, the yoga tank, the duffel bag, the insulated water bottle, the magnetic vision board, or the coach hoodie. And we had our first winning answer from a coach, Emerald coach from Cincinnati, Ohio, Corrine McIntosh. So she will receive a tub of Hydrate and a shaker cup. Yay, congratulations. Now I have another question for this week. If you'd like to play, just answer right here on Facebook. Here is the question number one. If you attended a Super Saturday event and watched the corporate video with Michael Neiman and Jeff Hill, then you know who Michael Neiman was butt dialing the whole time on his cell phone. So if you attended a Super Saturday, you'd know this answer. And if you heard it on Facebook, you probably know what I'm talking about. But who is Michael butt dialing? All right, that is it for the announcements. It is time for the official wake-up call. So I can wait at the top of the hour so that we can get this going. And here we go. Good morning, coaches. This is your wake-up call. Today is Monday, October 22nd. I've got a few announcements for you, so let me go ahead and share those announcements with you today. Here we go. Stop my video, and here we are. Summit announcements were made. Rachel Hollis is coming to Summit. That's who was butt dialing Michael, just in case you didn't know that. Or he was butt dialing her. I got that backwards. Anyway, she's the author of Girl Wash Your Face and Girls Stop Apologizing. And we are very, very excited that she is a keynote speaker for us at next year's summit. So that gives you a huge, huge reason to get yourself to Summit. Now, we also talked in the video that some new training workshop tracks are based on your stage in the business. So we announced that there will be a stage in the business for new and developing coaches, emerging leaders who are building teams, and seasoned coaches leading larger organizations. Fun stuff. It's brand new. We're also adding a couples in the business 2-hour event on Thursday before Summit. And that is not only for people who are partnering with a spouse in the business, but for men in the business and even for unsupportive spouses that are in the business with their spouse together. So that's really exciting. All new stuff coming to Summit to entice you to buy that ticket. And we have the special ticket price of $145 that is going through till 10/31. You don't want to miss that price ticket. It is the lowest we will ever go. Don't forget that Diamond and Below coaches are eligible for that $200 travel cash incentive this month. So Shift Shop Proving Grounds workouts are now available on Beachbody On Demand. There's 2 new workouts that score your performance against the clock. The exclusive coach test group kicks off today. And you know that you could qualify to purchase a Shift Shop product or selling a shift shop challenge or completion pack. You see how fast I said shift shop and nobody even realized that I'm trying very hard to say it correctly. Also, customers and coaches get $20 off all shift shop challenge and completion packs in October. Last announcement is about the Make Your Mark promotion, FAQ 3782. There is still time to make your mark. So the more markers you qualify for, the more people you've helped and the more rewards you'll earn. There's more info at teambeachbody.com/makeyourmark. That is it for the announcements. Let me come back, stop sharing. And hey, where's my video? Here I am. Phew, a lot's going on. Make sure you go to the coach office today to check out the video. It was pretty fantastic. It was our 31st episode, I believe. And who we have today on the call, Jeff is traveling, so we've got our president of network marketing, Michael Niemand. Come on in, Michael.
Okay, am I there? There I am.
You are there. I will let you take it away.
You know, I realize now that we're on Facebook that I miss the old days of not having to show myself. We were just talking before the show that I always look like I'm in prison for some reason. I don't have the big setup that Sandy has in her office. But anyway, I am excited to be on the call. Just came back from the Super Saturday that I was at in Albany, New York, and it was just fantastic. But I think there were almost 300 Super Saturdays happening all around North America, which is so exciting. There's so much momentum going on, and you can really feel it in the air at these live Super Saturday events. And I will tell you, you will feel it in the air at Summit. I know Sandy went through all those announcements. I won't go back through them, but between now and the end of October, if you have not made a decision to come to Summit, now is the time to do it for so many reasons. The price of $145, as Sandy said, the price is only going to go up. So this is the time to do it. The tracks, Rachel Hollis, and I can tell you, because as you know, I've talked to Rachel on the phone, but even besides that call, and by the way, my phone was off, so I was not butt dialing her. I don't know how it happened, but Rachel is so excited to come speak at Summit. She can't wait. So we're excited to have her speak to you. Also, that couples retreat, I think that's going to be not couples retreat, but couples seminar on doing business. I actually think that if you do have a spouse or a partner who really just doesn't quite get what you're doing, bring them to Summit with you. That's often just an eye-opening experience. So much stuff going on. Make your mark. There is still time in the month to make your mark. Even if you haven't decided on what your mark is, decide today and do it. The Shift Shop Challenge group, test group is starting today. That is a great opportunity. If you are bringing new coaches into the business, the ability for them to interact with one of our super trainers like Chris Downing, who is so motivational, they will instantly see what is so special about Team Beachbody. But anyway, speaking of special things, it's always special when we have coaches that have such great success and move their business forward. And we get to celebrate that every week. And to do that, let me bring on none other than Mr. Darren Ashby. Darren, are you there?
Hey, good morning, Michael. Thank you. And good morning, coaches. All right. We got some great recognition this week. Welcome back from Super Saturday, by the way. And let's jump right in now. I'm going to cut my video out here and let's get it going with our newest Diamond coaches this week. What a great bunch of people. Here they are. Congratulations to Sharon Birdwell, Melissa Babinski, Whitney Bryant, Christy Birdsall, Troy Dixon, Jessica Tofeed, Tana Ernzin, Diana Fajardo, Marced Gonzalez, Christy Healing Smith, Chris Horaton, Sarah Jacobson, Julia Johnston, Shannon Kelly, Keegan Kemp, Chelsea Kimmen, Mandie Kaii from Canada, Cynthia LaPierre, Ali Lenners, Dorinda Lenahan from Canada, Marie Noel Lord, Matthew Malley, Megan McQuaid, Mary Beth Miller, Gina Nicholson, Craig Neistet, Jennifer Page, Lauren Rasmussen, in a secondary CBC, Maria Romaine, Janie Rose, Lauren Schickel, Lindsay Schiff, Molly Spindler, Victoria Todless from Canada, Marissa Unra, Jessica Valencia, Nancy Walker, Jade Wolgamuth, Richard Yoakum, and Samantha Zecker. Congratulations, guys. Way to go. Now, for our newest Star Diamond coaches this week, we have a bunch. Here they are. Congratulations to Kim Barbieri, Alicia Dupree from Canada, and in a secondary CBC, Nicole Johnson, Brenna Kimber, Rachel Peterson, Brenna Potash, Beth Ryman, and Julie Ruse. Now, our newest 2-star diamonds, we have 2 of those. Congratulations to Lindsay Hutchins and Margaret Ulrich. And a new 3-star diamond coach this week, that would be Sherston Johnson. And coaches, we have a new 5-star diamond as well. Congratulations to Jamie Glassman. Now, jumping to 8-star diamond, we have Meredith Gana. Congratulations, Meredith. And coaches, one more. Our newest 13-star diamond coach, all the way from Canada. Congratulations to Genevieve Leclerc. All right, that's it for ranks. Now on to top Success Club point earners for the week. And at top of that list, we have a tie. None other than our guest speaker today, Mandie Kaii, Angie Belmar, also Carly Linder, Cindy Monet, and Ashley Smith. All right, guys, that is it for recognition this week. Congratulations to everyone on the call. And don't ever forget to make it a fantastic week. Back to you, Michael.
Oh, I love that part of the call. I love hearing those names. I wish actually, we've gotten to Facebook. Now what we need is like every time we read a name, we get a shot of them celebrating and then a shot of everyone out there clapping for them, because cool. it is just so well deserved. And it takes just such commitment and dedication, and to see these people doing that, committing to the vital behaviors, and pushing their businesses forward. It's just always such a special part. I know for all of us at headquarters to see that success, it just feels so good. So anyway, speaking of success, we have a terrific speaker today for you, as all of you already know. Mandie Kaii is joining us all the way from Huntington Beach, California, one of the most beautiful places in the world. Mandie is an 11-star diamond coach. She was a premier coach last year. She's on track to be an elite coach this year. She's an organizational leader, Success Club 10 All-Star. We can go on and on and on, but instead we'll just bring her on. Hey, Mandie, how are you?
Hi, Michael, and good morning. Oh my goodness, what a blessing this is to be on this call with you guys.
Well, we are so excited to have you on the call. And so, I know you have a ton of stuff to talk about, so I won't belabor it any longer, but I do want to just start. How did you become a Beachbody coach? What was that journey? How did you get here?
No, of course. So around 2 years ago, I cannot believe it's already been 2 years, but then again, it's gone so incredibly fast. So around 2 years ago, I found the Beachbody opportunity, but at that time, I was 25 pounds heavier. I was working corporately, and I was in this place in my life where I didn't feel good enough for kind of anything. And which is so funny that I'm able to speak to the entire Beachbody network now, because I was always told that I was never going to be good enough by my teammates, by people that I thought were my friends. And I was just constantly in this comparison game. So when I started this opportunity, I really looked at it as my out for that mental kind of state. And also feeling that I just needed to be a part of something that was bigger than myself. I was a college softball player. I played softball in Switzerland as well. And I've always had this really competitive nature about me, but I never felt like I was fulfilling things that made me feel whole. And so when I saw Beachbody coaching, I was like, I don't know what you guys are doing yet, but all I know is that I want in. And that was kind of my mission starting as a Beachbody coach, is that I saw other people just filled with life, and not only filled with life, but filling their life with a purpose. And that's where I was all in at that point.
I was muted. I'm just not so many moving pieces, but that's good, because you're holding down the fort, and we're so glad that you did go all in. And I think that, a lot of your success starts with a mindset. And I think that mindset of attacking this business as an entrepreneur is what fueled you. So why don't you just jump into that? Tell us where that success came from, and how other people can sort of get into that same mindset.
So definitely, like I was saying before, you guys, I was told that I couldn't be anything successful. I was told that I was never going to be a good leader, that I was never going to be able to be at the top of anything because of my attitude and all these different kind of like evolving just excuses that people were making for myself that I bought into. And so again, when I found this whole Beachbody opportunity, I was like, wow, it's not just helping others and posting on Instagram, but it's a business opportunity that you can either like really dive into and accelerate at and have that purpose and fulfill other people's life with like good energy and just be that light in everyone's day. And so when I really understood the actual opportunity in front of me, I was like, how can I capitalize on this? How can I capitalize on all, like, just like all of the coaches before me? How can I do it like the top 10 coaches? And I looked at all these coaches as such inspiration, but I said to myself, how can it be the next Mandie Kaii? Like, how can I make the next top coach be Mandie Kaii? And it wasn't about being the next top coach, but rather, how can I fulfill all of these like greatness and these values that Beachbody offers to create my own platform that I loved, that I found a purpose in. And so I'm just going to walk you guys through the three top things of kind of what I've dove into to build my business as an 11-star team within 2 years and just be not only successful, but just filled to the brim of happiness and being so proud of what I've created and what the people underneath me has created. So to start with that, my number one thing is to embrace your inner competitiveness. And what this means is really just diving deep into the fact that we all as humans want to be the best at something. And I kind of realized that early on, even if one of my coaches were not an athlete, or they didn't know that they were competitive, or they didn't know that they had this competitive spirit in them, I wanted so bad to get it out of them. I wanted every single person on my team to feel the energy, the passion, the pride of putting in the grit work and really just being proud of themselves. So I really dove into how can I instill not only a competitive nature in me, but also a competitive nature within my team and amongst the people that I'm recruiting, as well as just prospective, like people watching me on my social media. And so I really dove into this idea of like, I know that I thrive off of success. I thrive off of working hard for something and accelerating and being the like cream at the top. And so I had to look at my opportunity. I said, okay, this is wonderful. I have all of the things in front of me. So what do I need to know? What do I need to not only know, but what do I need to do? And it really came down to, I read, and when I was growing up, my mom always told me that you need 10,000 hours to be great at something. And at this point in my business, when I really made that shift to taking this like a business and becoming that entrepreneur, I really realized that I only spent like 500 hours at this time. And I was kind of like down on myself. And I really wanted to be able to like say that I was proud of what I was building. But then I had to really relate back to the fact that those 10,000 hours were not filled yet. So I was filling those 10,000 hours with actively doing things that I'll go through in the next kind of steps. But then I also had to realize that what is not going to only be my leverage, but what is going to be my team leverages. And the way I kind of found this is through these next two things. And the next one, and number two, is discovering those blind spots. And this is such a beautiful thing to me in a business, period, because I think a lot of us are unknowing of what we're really great at. For me, I didn't know I was going to be a good leader. I mean, I was told over and over and over again that I was not going to be a good leader, or that I was not going to be proud of anything that I was doing. And so I wanted to fight back, and discovering those blind spots and understanding why I was thinking certain ways, as well as why I valued being an entrepreneur, or why I valued the Beachbody mission, or why I valued working one-on-one with people. That's where I started thriving, really understanding why this business was so important to me. So I had to understand how I was thinking. And the way I did that is I started educating myself in the areas that I had no idea was going to be a part of my life, like business management, educating myself on like psychology, educating myself on how the way I think and the way I process information, educating myself on how to interact with people. And even though we interact every single day with people in a general basis, we also need to know how to interact with people on a professional level. And that was me taking my business to the next level, because I could just sit here wanting these friendships that are great, but how am I going to really turn this into my business as a first-time entrepreneur? So I kept going back to educating myself, attending seminars. I even went so far as to learning business strategies. And instead of like binge watching Netflix, I would binge watch Shark Tank so I can learn the ins and outs of new entrepreneurs that are fighting for what they believe in and fighting for what they're passionate about. And then I would listen to like making money and investing money. And I would really learn from different companies, startups, boutique, like little companies. And then I would learn from like the Steve Jobs in the world, because I had to educate myself. If I was going to follow as an entrepreneur, as a brand new entrepreneur that has no idea how to make this thing work, I had to learn from the best. And that's what I really...
Mandie, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm going to jump. You're going, it's so great. But let me just ask you, in terms of learning from all those people and all those things, what are a couple things just personally for you that you learned that you were able to apply?
Oh my goodness. So, well, I had no idea about any type of money commission thing like that. So I had to learn how money worked. I also had to learn how to kind of think about my business in a business way, meaning instead of thinking about each invite as like an invite, it's actually a business opportunity to spread it forward. And with the platform that we have, and I adore this platform because I think it has such purpose in it. And I think that if you really lead with that purpose and be able to like provide it forward for every single person, that you'll learn that every time that you're doing something in this business, that means you're building, that means you're learning, that means you're failing forward. And for me, I wasn't very good at business first. I wasn't good at building a business. And some things that I learned was those business strategies, that everything we do has a purpose, even the small invites, even the personal development, even the little things like the National Wake Up Call, listening to it every single week to get tidbits of just information that I could really absorb.
Yeah, and I think what's great is that not only are you learning things that you can apply, but I imagine it also gives you a new sense of confidence having that knowledge that allows you to just do your business even better.
Oh, definitely. And that was I think that's why I wanted to learn so much. It's because I do think education makes you feel 110% better in whatever you're doing. And for me, I was not secure or confident in building a business at all. And so once I started really getting information under my belt, I was being able to like reiterate, hey, this is why we should do with this, because science proves, or like people have proven, or even Steve Jobs, this is what he did. My team started believing me more, and then I started believing it more. And so I really just absorbed all this information back and forth from conversations, and just really diving into getting that mindset a little bit shifted into, hey, this is not just a coaching opportunity, it's a business opportunity as well.
Yeah, belief is so important, but then so is action. And I think that's really where your next step goes, mm-hmm. Right?
Exactly. And so like my biggest thing, it was, I had to believe, I had to learn, I had to educate myself, I had to embrace the inner competitiveness, but then I needed discipline. I had all of the things lined up. I was actively really engaging. I was doing all the activities. I was nailing those vital behaviors, and I was doing all these things, but what was it that was going to take me to the next level? And it came down to the discipline, not only with myself, but within my whole entire business. And that includes my downline or my prospective coaches or clients or even my audience. And so the way that I kind of dove into discipline itself was to know the details. And knowing the details is knowing how our business functions, knowing what to do when something happens, knowing those FAQs. And I know it sounds like such like grit work, but the more confident you can get into the business and being disciplined and knowing those information, the better you can serve your people. And so how I really, really dove into kind of disciplining not only myself, but my team, and just kind of really taking track of everything that I'm doing is literally tracking my business day to day and week by week and month by month. So at the beginning of the month, I always have minimums and goals. And I know that sounds kind of crazy. You go like, well, what do these minimums mean? It means I absolutely have to hit these minimum standards for my month to be fulfilled as a business owner. And that was Success Club. It was personally sponsored coaches getting into Success Club. It was a certain amount of invites. I mean, I have so many different things that I know I need to make happen so my business can move forward. And I always adjust those things. And so I track that. I track it on Excel spreadsheets. I track it on like pen to paper. I literally have it on my computer screen, on my like work notebook. I track these things. So I'm literally focused and hyper focused on the goals and like the points that I'm trying to achieve. And what I learned from working in the corporate world is the fact that the CEO of businesses and all of these different things, they were tracking their employees. And so I learned from that, hey, if they're tracking their employees, maybe I need to track my team and my business. And so I started forming this really intense accountability. So if people had goals, I would literally form an accountability spreadsheet and say, here's your goals. This is how far you are. This is where we need to get to kind of accelerate in your business as well. And just doing all these things, really being disciplined and understanding every single thing that's going into my downline or my business, and really knowing what my back office looks like helped me immensely, growing just not only like Michael was saying, the confidence in my business, but also understanding what's going on all of the time. And even if I didn't have a lot of people being recruited and being added to my downline, I was consistently checking in, checking up, letting myself know exactly where people are being placed, exactly what that looks like when commission comes in, when I have a new customer, when I have a new lead, and just being on top of that, actively doing a checklist so I can track and hold myself accountable so I can see how far I'm growing and also how I can get there. And it was an everyday thing. And it was a decision too. And with all this discipline, that belief always has to be at the forefront of your brain, because you can be disciplined in anything you do, but if you don't believe that every action that you're taking is actually going to move you forward. And that was my biggest thing, is I worked the business for a while and I didn't believe that Mandie Kaii could be the next entrepreneur. I just believed that Beachbody coaches could. And I really had to shift my brain into focusing on, hey, Mandie Kaii is going to be disciplined in all of these things, so Mandie Kaii can be an entrepreneur. And it really came down to all of those different things and discovering those blind spots and embracing that inner competitiveness and really just capitalizing on this platform we have to make it my own and loving what I'm doing on an everyday basis, being proud of the thing that I've created. And I love it, because so many times that people ask me, Mandie, what do you do? I'm like, I help people. Like, I have a purpose. And for the first time in my life, I'm able to like embrace it with all of the confidence in the world to say that I have something of my own.
Wow. That was awesome, Mandie. And you know, it's so funny. I think that, you know, just in the beginning, you were talking about sort of your own vulnerabilities and you know, worried that people didn't think that you could succeed, and how do you get past that? And I think that, you know, those are just universal feelings. I think those are feelings that everyone feels probably a lot. And I think that the way you attack this by educating yourself and by doing the activities and tracking those activities and building that confidence, I think that's just a blueprint for so many people to do that. And you know, I love the way that you not just hold yourself accountable, but you're tracking your team as well, because you know that everybody on your team has those same anxieties. And by you doing that, that's a really powerful way to just get everyone past those fears. So, you know, it was funny, just one last thing. But I was, you know, I'm a big Laker fan, and we've got LeBron James on our team this year. And I'm going to screw this up, but I was reading an article where they were saying that he had a t-shirt, and on the t-shirt, I think it was a Nike thing that said, dreams are just work that hasn't happened yet. And I think that, you know, what you're doing is you're not only having that dream, but you're doing that work, and that work is just paying off in a powerful way. So tell me, you've been a coach. How long have you been a coach now?
2 years.
2 years. Amazing. 11-star coach in 2 years. That is just remarkable. So since you've become a Team Beachbody coach, how has your world changed?
I mean, everything about my world has changed after being a Beachbody coach. I never in a million years thought I would level up to the kind of standard that I used to idolize about people and successful people. I used to think that I could never be that person. I used to think that I could never level up to being an entrepreneur. I never thought that I would be fulfilled. I never thought I would look and feel as good as I do. So not only physically, but mostly mentally for me. And so many things have changed in my life, and I could literally attest to being a Beachbody coach. But most of all is just having that purpose. That's the biggest shift that's happened for me in the last 2 years is just having a purpose that I'm so proud of and that I want to work hard for every single day. And those grinding and those grits and the days that are hard, it makes it all worth it, because at the end of the day, I'm doing something that not only fills my soul, but I'm also paying it forward in such a beautiful way that those people can pay it forward and those people can pay it forward. And then we can create this entire thing that the world is just a better place because of Beachbody coaches. And I know that sounds probably so cliche, but I truly believe that. And having something in front of me that I believe that much about is what fills my heart with so much joy that I get to do this for the rest of my life. And when I was sitting in my office working 80 hours a week, I thought the rest of my life was going to be cubicle walls and being stuck to 2 weeks of vacation. And I thought my life was going to be literally feeling like I was less forever. And so it's changed my life in so many more ways, but most of all, just me being fulfilled and loving the path that I'm on. And I couldn't thank Beachbody enough for that.
Well, I can tell you that Beachbody coaches are making the world a better place. I mean, I see it every day. I saw it out in the Super Saturday in Albany, the people that I meet, you see it at Summit, and you see it just by coming across people like you. It's just so special that we have so many coaches that care about people and this opportunity to help people. And it's definitely people like you, Mandie, that just make Team Beachbody special. And we so much appreciate what you're doing and appreciate that you came on and shared all of this. I was peeking over at the comments, and there's so many people that connected with what you were saying. And so thank you so much for taking the time this early Monday morning. And I think you got a lot of people's weeks off to a really good start. So thanks again, Mandie.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, our pleasure. So Sandy, I think I'm supposed to send this back to you. I'm always bad.
That's fine. I was just thinking about how she said earlier that she was told that she would never be a great leader. And it's like, what?
Yeah,
like,
really.
What is going on right now? So thanks, Michael, for doing the call.
My pleasure.
And I want to let everybody know that the podcast is working. So we talked to Apple and they restarted our channel and it is moving and shaking. So go back, listen to old episodes, and I will put this one up right after I finish this call. I will get this recording to Apple within the next hour so you can listen to Mandie Kaii again. So thanks, everybody. We'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.